Y'all, just in case, hey, hi. Hi, you guys. I'm just saying hi, just in case nobody saw the post that I put up. We had to reschedule Warrior Wednesdays, but I miss you guys. So I was like, let me just come in and say hi and see how you guys are doing. Edwina Finley, hi, gorgeous actress. I think you're in London somewhere. Maybe Edwina will come on Warrior Wednesdays one of these days. She has 2 beautiful children. Hi, you guys. Tell me where you're from. I wanted to just, check in because it's Wednesday. Dr. Duke, unfortunately, couldn't be here with us today. She's a doctor, so she got to put babies in people and deliver babies. These are the things that happen. But she's like always eager to answer all your questions. So hold on to them because she will be back for Warrior Wednesdays. Hey, y'all, who's in here? Hey, Craig Brown. Hey, Chatting with Sonia. I think I saw an infertility. Edwina, we saw. Ashley Sells. Hello. Infertility and Me Pod. Hi, Infertility and Me Pod. We got to get to know each other. I don't think I know you very well yet, but I want to. Infertility and Me Pod. I love that. Edwina Finley. Did you guys watch? She's in London and she'd be happy to come on. You guys. Okay. So Edwina, you got to actually put your resume on here because my brain fart is totally on today. What's the Tyler Perry show that you guys watch and love? It's been on forever. Edwina is a cast member of that show. Hi, Erie, Pennsylvania, Chatting with Sonia. What's up? I know Erie well. I'm from Norristown, Pennsylvania. Edwina is just like a kick-ass actress. She played Kevin Hart's wife in a film. She does all things. And she has two little ones. So Edwina, you said it on live. You're going to come hang out. I love that. Nichelle Polston from Her Normal is on. You guys, If Loving You Is Wrong, that's the show. Y'all know If Loving You Is Wrong. So Edwina Finley from If Loving You Is Wrong, I'm going to text you in the next couple of days or so. You're in London. I actually am having a live with Vanessa Hay. Vanessa Hay is in London as well. She's a UK fertility advocate, and she's going to be coming on next week. So I understand the 8-hour time difference, Edwina. Edwina Finley from If Loving You Is Wrong is going to come on Warrior Wednesday. She just said it here. What's up, Norristown in the house? That's my hometown. It's me, Monia, I think it said. What's going on? You guys, I want you to check out www.hernormal.com. Nichelle Poston, infertility advocate. And her and I are going to be doing some fun videos coming up soon. Her Normal, hashtag Her Normal. Get your life, because I call her the bridge. She's also a board member at Resolve. Resolve is the National Infertility Association. And Nichelle is a board member there. Black woman, honey, doing her thing. She's a journalist. And she's out here in these infertility streets, and she's the bridge because she keeps all of us connected. She makes sure that this advocate knows this advocate knows this advocate knows this person, and we all get to work together. So it's a team out here. What's going on? Chatting with Sonia. Let's see, who else is in here? You guys, I'm glad you stopped by to say hello. I just really was like, because we usually are here with all the warriors and Dr. Duke today. But because she couldn't make it today, I just wanted to stop in real quick. I ain't gonna keep you. I just wanted to say hi. If anybody needs to share anything or ask me anything about egg freezing or anything like that, I'm here. I am April. Christina says Resolve is amazing. It is amazing. I actually wound up doing their Night of Hope virtually this year because of COVID with Allison Camerado from CNN. That was kind of cool to be interviewed by her. We made drinks and talked about egg freezing, so it was cool. I'm Alicia. I'm literally 5 weeks and a few days into my abdominal myomectomy surgery. Okay. And I love what you're doing. I love you for being 5 weeks and a few days into that. You guys put up flowers for I'm Alicia. Put up flowers for I'm Alicia, because that's what we do here when we do Warrior Wednesdays. So a myomectomy, for those that don't know, is a surgery for fibroids. Fibroids are non-cancerous tumors that can be in or outside of the uterus. And they can cause a lot of heavy bleeding and a lot of complications. And a myomectomy is when they surgically have to remove them. And a lot of women suffer from them Black women suffer 3 times as much as their white counterparts often. There come your flowers. I am Alicia. I love my warriors, man. We don't disappoint. I love y'all. I am Alicia. Take that in, girl. Take in all of them flowers because the sisters are bringing them to you. That's a really rough surgery, y'all. Myomectomies is no joke. How many fibroids did you have? I am Alicia. Can you put that up? How many fibroids? And do you know like how big they were? Because these are things that we need to continuously learn about. If you guys have heavy bleeding or you know women that are going through heavy bleeding, I've had people that have had blood transfusions because of fibroids, have passed out on planes. Donna Terra, she shared that on Warrior Wednesdays. And a lot of times when we're raising young girls and they have heavy periods and painful periods, we sometimes just think that's what happens. You have bad periods. That's all. No. Periods aren't supposed to be like that. There's an underlying condition, so you have to be very careful. She said she has 2 large and 5 medium, a few really small. Okay, so you did pretty good, girl. I just emailed with a woman who had 12 taken out. And yeah, Nichelle Polston is saying, I remember that story. Yes, my friend Lynn. I remember rushing to the hospital because she had to get a blood transfusion because she was almost bleeding out from a fibroid. And that was happening every month. And she says, I am Alicia says, I only discovered them once I started to try to conceive. So here's the thing. This is what we do here on Warrior Wednesdays is we talk about proactive fertility. So thank you for writing that. I'm Alicia, that you only discovered them until you were trying to conceive, because for those that don't know, I froze my eggs when I was 37 years old to preserve my fertility because it was going to take a while. You know, that's what the doctors were telling me. She says, my reproductive doctor told me I had them when we were trying to IVF. Yes, Princess Warrior says that recovery is rough. I took 7 weeks to recover, but this too shall pass, Alicia. Get your support in this room. Come through, warriors. But what I was going to say, with your story about you found out when you were trying to conceive, that is so common. It's so common that we are brought to a point of trying to have a baby and then something is not quite clicking and we don't know why. And that's when we go seek help mainly. And so one of the things that I am aiming to do is to keep people as informed as possible so we can learn about these things prior, as early as we can, so we can get on it. And that we're not all the way in panic mode. I'm Alicia says, I have been using my story to help advocates as well and encourage women to be proactive. Don't wait until you're trying to conceive. Okay, I'm Alicia. Do you have your hair and your makeup on, girl? Do you want a request to come in? Because I would love to talk if you want to. You don't have to. No pressure. But if you want to tell us a little bit, I'll absolutely let you in. Let's see. You would just have to just put the request to come in. I don't have my glasses on. Carolinice says, yes, even in her early 20s. Yes, child, because, listen, I got lucky. I got 29 eggs and, I'm blessed by that. And when I learned that there are fertility diagnostic tests, what's up? I am Alicia. I see you, boo. Fertility diagnostic tests that women can take, you guys, AMH and FSH levels, that you can get your blood work done and an ultrasound done to give you an understanding of your ovarian reserve. If you are on here, and it doesn't matter what age you are, by the way, you can find this out in your 20s. You can find this out in your 40s. I say the earlier, the better, but find it out. If you want to have a baby, or if you don't know if you want to have a baby, so you can plan ahead. So check this out. I came on live. We just talked to I am Alicia. We threw her flowers. I want you to throw her some more because she's going to come on. And I think this is pretty cool. She's going to share with us about her myomectomy. She had 5 fibroids, right? So it says it's waiting for her. This is cool. I don't even have my ear pods on. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, sis. Welcome to Warrior Wednesdays.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I have watched you do this week after week and throughout several months prior to me even knowing that this was a part of my story and journey. So it's just so crazy. It's come full circle. So many things that you've talked about. I just want to thank you, first of all, for that, for doing that, for your transparency, and openness, and just having a platform, You don't even know people that may be watching it that think that this doesn't pertain to them or doesn't pertain to anyone they know. It, when it does, everything you shared thus far then clicks like, oh wow. So the stuff that you shared prior to me knowing that it pertained to me has helped me now that it does pertain to me.
Oh, I'm first of all, thank you. Thank you. Am I saying your name right? Alicia?
Yes, you are. I was very
Hi,
impressed.
Alicia.
Like, okay, she said it right.
I'm so, first of all, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that because, you know, when I started speaking out, I didn't know what it was going to do. I just knew that women like me and that look like me and that share my skin tone, that we weren't in the broader conversations about women's health in general. And that we needed to be, because we need to, as I always say, leave no egg behind. Can you tell us quickly, are you in a place where you can let us know a little bit about
So
your
fun
journey?
fact, I am literally driving my mom. I just dropped her off, driving my mom home because she stayed with me to help my
Oh,
husband with recovery. So,
hi,
like I
husband.
said, this is my other warrior because he has held me
Oh,
down and been amazing through this process. But just a quick rundown of my
yeah.
situation. So, my husband and I got married in 2018, and we, you know, naturally trying to conceive. I had never been pregnant before, so I didn't think anything of it, though I never tried to. But never been pregnant before. So as we began to try, funny enough, I came across something on Instagram. I feel like it was like a random sign from God. It was like an Instagram ad saying like free fertility testing, and I was just like, I've never been pregnant. I don't know what my fertility is, so why not? And I kind of put it off and ignored it, and it was just like, because it's one of those things that you kind of like, there's nothing wrong with me. And then randomly something just told me to do it. I want to say it was like late into 2018, maybe early 2019, that I finally went to the free fertility testing, and they did the AMH testing. After they did that, mine was like normal but low normal. So she was like, we would recommend you do the other tests. And I was kind of like, oh, this is how they get you. They just want to get your money. But
Right.
I thank God that I did. And once again, I procrastinated again because I was kind of scared. But I thank God I did, because one, I would have never known I had fibroids. Two, I would have never known how that was affecting me trying to conceive. I'm 36, going to be 37 the end of this month. So I'm, you know, as they say, you're old and your uterus is old.
You
like,
got
girl,
this. You still got this.
right. So it just spiraled from there. From going to get those tests. I found out that I had fibroids, and I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? I never heard this. And I was regularly getting my annuals and everything. Never heard this from any of my OBGYNs.
Did you have heavy periods at all? Did you have heavy bleeding?
Funny enough, I think I did, but I didn't consider them heavy to me.
It was normal for you. Exactly.
Right. And so that was a big thing. It was normal to me, so I paid no attention to it. And also I had switched from regular pads to natural pads. So I'm like, oh, these natural pads are weak. Maybe that's why it's heavy, but it wasn't. So ignored a couple of the signs. But my cramping wasn't super bad, and I didn't have other symptoms, so I never considered it. Found out I had the fibroids, but my reproductive doctor was like, we're going to do a hysteroscopy first, because I only had some small pileups on the inside, and usually they push you to try not to have the myomectomy because it's way more invasive.
Right.
So we tried that. We did the hysteroscopy the end of, I want to say 2019. We did the hysteroscopy, my first one. And we tried IUI. That wasn't successful. And then we went into IVF, and I did the whole process, retrieval of eggs, freezing of the extra ones. Thank God we have embryos that are frozen right now.
Come on, Jesus. I love it.
Went through the process of trying to implant those. And that's when the issue happened, that we did 3 different transfers that were not successful. And after the third one, my doctor was like, I think that we have to take the fibroids out. That has to be the reason, which was frustrating. And I want to make it clear, like, it was frustrating because a lot of people that I speak to now say that they should have told me to take them out before. And it's frustrating because you know how valuable those embryos are, you know, and how expensive those embryos are.
Are. Right.
So I
Before you
felt
had
very
tried before you had did the implanting. Yeah.
right. So
Hmm.
I was frustrated because I felt like, and we're specifically trying for a girl. So we used 3 out of the 4 girls. So we only have 1 baby girl left and 2 boys. But that's, you just feel frustrated. You feel like,
Right.
why didn't you tell me this before? You just are trying to get me pregnant so you get my money. You just want to keep me doing this. And that was my frustration with the reproductive doctor. But I am thankful that they finally did push me to have the surgery, which was very random. The end of this year, we had our last unsuccessful transfer. I met with my reproductive doctor. She said, this is the surgeon I'm going to refer you to. I finally got an appointment with him. And I was like, listen, when is the earliest you can do this? I met with him on December 17th. He said, I can do your surgery December 30th. I said, let's do it.
Mm.
And it's been a whirlwind since then. I didn't know what to expect. I've never had a major surgery like this. I would say the closest thing is the hysteroscopy or the retrievals that I've
Hmm.
had, and like being put to sleep, and I did not know what to expect in terms of recovery.
Yeah.
Oh.
It takes a toll. It takes a toll. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, God bless women. Men, listen.
Especially when it's something that you are really not expecting, when you really didn't even understand what was going on in your body. What I praise God for is that now you know, and now they've been removed. What I want you to know, and what Dr. Duke would tell you, I don't know if you've ever seen the Warrior Wednesdays that Dr. Cindy M. Duke has done, but she is on here at least once a month. And she is a fertility specialist and a virologist. She's a woman of color. She comes every month to talk to us and answer any questions. If you ever have any questions, please join us on a Wednesday that she's here. But one of the things that she talks about when we do fibroids is that they are known to come back in 5 years. That's what they're known to come back. And not every doctor tells you that. Now, estrogen feeds the fibroids. So you want to be careful. And what I think, I can't speak for Dr. Duke, but when she is back, I'm probably going to DM you or something to make sure we get any little questions, because we want y'all to have that baby. Whether it's a natural pregnancy or whether it's one of the embryos that you have, I believe God for it completely. And that this entire journey and getting those fibroids out of your body so that you can really host that baby properly is part of the plan. That's just how I am. That's just what I feel. There's a reason for everything. But I don't want you to get off without knowing that 5 years, you're going to have to be looking back into this. So understand that, as well as probably trying to get pregnant sooner rather than later, which it sounds like that's your plan anyway, is going to happen. You can still get pregnant naturally. You can get pregnant with the embryos. We're going to trust God for it. But I'm going to make sure that when Dr. Duke does reschedule, if you have any questions, put it in my DM. But
Okay.
as you're on your journey, because that's what we're here to do. And that's what she
Yes.
loves to do, is just to help. And she gets it. She's a woman. She's frozen her eggs. We get it. We get it. So
Yes.
we're here for you.
Awesome. I appreciate you pulling me on, and let me tell that really quickly. And I do want to say to anybody watching this now or in the future, even if you don't even want to have kids, you still should get checked out, because this is your own body and health in general.
Yes.
And like the stories you were telling, you don't want to wait till you're passing out or needing a blood transfusion or whatever. It's about your health. It's not just about reproductive health. It's your overall health. And I thank God that I discovered it. I thank God for the modern medicine and the ability to get the treatment. And I see people saying, watch your diet. I definitely plan on changing up my diet, because I know that it has a lot to do.
First of all, you better go ahead and host this show, Alicia, because she was letting everybody know. She got to take my job. She's letting everybody know. Look, this isn't just about your reproductive health. I ain't mad. I'm here for it. And who you just talked to who said, watch your diet, that's Eggs Over Easy Film. That is Miss Chiquita Lockley. So she had fibroids as well. She had a myomectomy. She also is a film producer, and she did a movie called Eggs Over Easy about Black women and fertility. It's a documentary. I happen to be in it. And Keisha Knight Pullman is the narrator of it. And who else is in it? There's people in it, but we talk about fertility. And so follow her. Follow Eggs Over Easy Film, because she has her myomectomy story as well. And you ain't gonna take my job. Tell your husband. She's about to take my home. Hey, husband. Thank you for taking care of your wife. We're praying for your baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, girl. I love your energy.
I love
your
you
vibe.
back. I love you back. We'll see you again, okay? Flowers, you guys. Send her flowers. Love you, girl. All right, mama. Yes. She was about to take the job. I love it. Thank you guys for coming in and getting and giving her love and giving her flowers. That was just a full-on impromptu. I was just here. What's happening on my screen? I was just here for a minute. Eggs Over Easy, are you still here? You want to come on? You got your hair on? You got your eyelashes on? Do you care? Because, yeah, so Shakita was talking about fibroids, you guys. She did an episode of Warrior Wednesday. She was on here laying in all of the truth and about fibroids and letting us know. She actually posted a picture from her hospital bed when she was having them removed. And she had to get them removed during the COVID, where family members were not able to come into the hospital. So, you know, that was a rough one. But I'm blessed that she was here. And check out Eggs Over Easy film when it comes out. Andra Day is also in Eggs Over Easy film. She was actually with me the day that I filmed Eggs Over Easy. And Andra, if you guys don't know, is nominated for Billie Holiday. You guys know Andra Day. And you rise up, hey, you rise. That Andra. So she was on talking about fertility too. So we're all out here in these fertility streets. Don't let anybody tell you different. Black girls are out here, okay, figuring out the fertile stuff. So look, if anybody else wants to come on, you can request, and I will let you up on here. If not, I'm going to count it down and Nichelle Paulson said that's her song. That's my song too, girl, but I can't sing. If not, I'm going to count it down and let you guys get back to your Wednesday. But Alicia, we thank you so much for impromptu coming on, and we thank your husband for sitting in that car and waving with you. And we really, really thank him for taking care of you and being in this process. In March, we're actually going to have on some men that have gone through the IVF process with their women, because we want to talk about their experience too and let them know that we support them and that we love them and we're holding their hand through it, because we don't always know what their process is like. And so Warrior Wednesdays in March, we already have some going on. Some men are going to be here to talk about their journey, those that are supporting women or men that are doing their thing together, whatever it might be. So we're gonna keep this going up. Nichelle, the Princess Warrior says request Nichelle. I don't know if Nichelle gonna do it. You gonna do it, Nichelle? I don't know. We always be on the phone. Just throw your hair up in a ponytail. It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. Let me see. Or I can request her. But see, I don't want to put no pressure on my friend like that, because she might be like, girl, don't even try me today. All right, I'm gonna count it down. Let me see. Somebody says keep the camera high, Michelle. She's saying, well, you're gonna request in. Come in, homie. You know how to press the thingy-majiggy? Let me see. You want me to request you? Oh, there she is. You guys, Nichelle Poston from Her Normal is coming on, y'all. And she is also a board member at Resolve, the National Infertility Association. She's over there making sure Black girls are seen at Resolve, honey, and they always are, because Resolve is great.
I was saying I didn't have a bra on.
I'm obsessed. How are you, friend?
I'm doing good. Trying to not look too loose.
You look great. Listen, we out here just
in the streets, right?
Here. Yeah, we out here. I just wanted to say hi to everybody, because so what's been going on with you? Tell everybody about Her Normal that don't know yet.
Okay, so Her Normal actually started after I experienced some fertility issues, and I was in a very bad depression, and I wanted to get out of it. So I decided to create a women's empowerment website to encourage women to embrace their normal. Now, your normal isn't necessarily a permanent status, but just wherever you are in your journey, to embrace it, to love it, and just trust. As I mentioned to Kellee, I am a firm believer in God, and so it's my time to really fall in this great relationship with God and just trust Him without any backsliding and everything else. So.
And you are trusting Him. And I had seen you put a comment when Alicia was on about heavy was your normal. So for those
Oh
that
yeah.
don't know your story, but you have a fibroid story as well. Can you give us a little bit of something? And I see you, Princess Warrior, and I know that you're in the United Kingdom. I know it's 8 hours over there, and I might call your behind in here too, because I see you, and I just want to hear your accent today. So get your hair
I
curled. But
listen.
let us know a little bit about your journey with fibroids.
So I want to say about 6 years ago, I went to the doctors and they said, you have fibroids, but they're the size of lentils. So you guys know what lentils are. They're really tiny, right? Nothing to worry about. Yeah. And I want to say about last year, I went to the doctors and they were like, oh my gosh, you have fibroids the size of, it looks like I'm 4 months pregnant. So I hide it well because of the peplum shirts. I stay with a big baggy shirt on, hence today. And I just almost fell back into a depression because I have to get a surgery. I just had my MRI last week, so I'm really happy about that. And now it's time for me to schedule my myomectomy. I did ask the young lady who was on before, like not too long ago.
Alicia, she's still here.
Oh, okay. She mentioned a recovery, but I wanted to know how long is the recovery period? That's what I'm really curious about, is how long was it for her? Now I know, of course, it varies. Every person is different, but I'm just curious to know how long. And has Dr. Cindy Duke mentioned that to you?
Well, yes, because of different, Alicia says she's here. Alicia, if you can put in the comments about how long your myomectomy recovery is, Nichelle would love to know, because she is going to be scheduling a myomectomy surgery to remove her fibroids. Dr. Duke would, she says about 4 to 6 weeks. Alicia says about 4 to 6 weeks. That's also the same that my cousin said, who had about 6 pretty large ones removed. And recently she had an embolization. So what they tried to do is they tried to cut off the blood supply. So it wasn't an open myomectomy. Alicia says that she's on her 5th week going into 6th. It wasn't open, but they went in there and like laparoscopically tried to, because what happens, you guys, is estrogen feeds the fibroids. So the blood that's full of estrogen is feeding fibroids, and they were trying to cut off the blood supply to shrink them in order to then remove them from her body, because hers are very, very large. The Princess Warrior in the UK says hers was 7 weeks. It depends on the person, and we're going to bring her on in a second so we can if we can have her as well. I think I saw Vanessa Hay, who's an infertility advocate that lives in the UK. She's our guest coming up. I think it's next week. And then because I called you the bridge, you guys just put some hand claps up for Nichelle Polston, because she's the one who introduced me to Resolve. She's also the one who introduced me to Dr. Lori Johnson, who's coming on our last Wednesday in February. Her. She is a mental health infertility therapist, because here's the thing. I had been looking, Nichelle and I be talking, she'd be like, I know the perfect woman. Because she knows everybody. And Dr. Lori Johnson, who also incurred 4 losses herself in infertility, but she is a therapist. She is a licensed therapist. She is part of the reproductive task force for mental health, because we don't play around here at Warrior Wednesdays. And so she's going to be talking to us about our emotional and our mental health with this whole thing. And you be out there doing the thing. Now, I just want you to tell one quick little story before we bring on the Princess Warrior. I did a live with her last weekend, so I'm glad that she's here from the UK.
I was there. I was on the live, yes.
You were there.
Yes, I love the Princess Warrior. And by the way, Princess Warrior, I know you're going to hop on, but I have a London phone booth in my living room. I mean, I love London. I can see myself living there. So
you have a London phone booth in your living room?
I do. I would show you. It's I'll show you really quick. So just follow me.
I was about to say these, because Vanessa Hay is on here. What up, Vanessa? Vanessa is next week's guest. I'd bring you on, but I got to keep you a surprise, girl. Okay? Because you're next week's guest.
This is my London booth.
I'm here for it.
I know. I just love it, and I have all my little things in here, and my tea. And my little teapots and all that other good stuff. So
then here's what we're gonna speak into existence, okay?
yeah.
After you have your baby and I have my baby and Alicia has her baby, and they're old enough to fly, we're gonna go to London.
I'm with it.
And go meet Vanessa and Princess Warrior.
It's going to be called a baby moon.
That's what I'm talking about. Because this is 3 Black women, y'all, that are all looking to have a baby, talking on this live together, so we can just all go to London. Yes. But before you go, can you just tell, for those that didn't hear it, the story of the pink blanket? Because I still love it.
So, oh my gosh. Okay, so I had a baby shower to go to this year. Well, not this year, last year. And I told my mother about it, and she bought this blanket. She's like, oh, I have this cute blanket that I picked up, and you can give it to your friend. I got the blanket, and I decided to keep it for myself. I was like, oh, I love this blanket. I'm going to keep it. And I just kept it in my closet. And the funny thing is, and I almost cried, because after the live that Kellee and I did, I showed my husband a video of us talking about this blanket. I was like, oh, by the way, honey, I forgot. I never shared this with you, but I had this blanket in my closet because I decided instead of giving my friend this blanket, I would buy them a gift, a personal gift. And so I kept this blanket in my closet just to look at it and just speak my child into existence, right? And I would just look at it all the time. And I just felt compelled to even share it with Kellee. And so, long story short, we watched the live, and my husband was like, you got a blanket in your closet?
Say that louder, because they need to hear this part, because I didn't hear this till after the live, obviously.
Yeah.
Say that louder. So they watched the live, and then her husband said, what?
He said, you have a blanket in your closet? Like a baby's blanket? I'm like, yeah, because I'm thinking about, this baby that's going to come into our life. And he said, well, can I have it? He said, can he have it? So I gave it to him. It's now in his closet. And one of Kellee's friends, I love her, phenomenally autistic. She is a wonderful artist. I'm going to pull up my phone right now. She gave me something that I keep on my phone. And it's a picture of me and a baby. And it's my screensaver.
As a baby girl?
Yes. She just randomly sent me this inbox. And I looked, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is beautiful.
Phenomenally autistic joins often and watches, and she's a really wonderful artist. She's an advocate for autism. She has autism, and she loves Warrior Wednesdays and all the warriors, and she draws things for them, and it's really, really dope and amazing. I don't see her here right now, but prayers up for her, because she goes through some things in her health, but we know that she is going to be great. And the other thing that I wanted to say about this story, y'all, because this is what I said to you and your husband, because we all got on a FaceTime at some point. We're talking for like an hour and a half. Was that Nichelle had the baby blanket. Now, I always tell people to have something with some faith that's tangible. Everybody knows I have my crystal egg on my coffee table, that I'm going to have a baby one day, and that inside of my crystal egg, I have black mustard seeds, faith the size of a mustard seed. I'm a Black girl, so I got the black seeds. And so Nichelle had a baby blanket that she had in her closet to remind her of her baby to come, but her husband didn't know it was there until he watched Warrior Wednesday. And then he asked her, could he have the blanket and put it in his closet? And what I was talking to them about was he had not touched and agreed. The father of the baby had not touched and agreed, because he did not know that the blanket actually existed. So I believe that the Warrior Wednesday episode happened because that one wanted your husband to know that's your baby's blanket in that closet. Now you go get it and you touch and agree. So now y'all are in complete alignment. So we're going to get these fibroids removed. And we're going to get these babies bacon. And this is what's going to happen. So I love it. Again, I give it up to you. I give it up to your husband for being like, hold up, give me my baby blanket. Let me get that piece. Because and that's why we got to talk to the men, because they have so much to share. Him going through the journeys with you. And
in Jesus' name. Thank you, Warrior with Princess 101.
What she said?
She says, in Jesus' name.
Exactly.
And then so did my girlfriend Alicia. There's a lot of Alicias and Alicias and all these A's. My middle name is Alicia. by the way.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yes, shout out to all the men too. Like I said, in March, they're going to be on, but I'm really glad that you did Warriors. I'm glad that your husband saw it, and I'm glad that he took the initiative to go get his child's blanket and put it in his closet.
Yes.
So that baby is one step closer to you. So thank you for coming to say hi to me.
Listen, thank you, because the one thing I do want to share before I hop off is the fact that I always found it difficult to stand in my truth, and just being on Warrior Wednesday allowed me to literally just release all those emotions. So thank you, and I'm just happy I'm not crying now. So, but then of course there will be tears of joy, right?
Yes,
so,
yes. We cried on your live, but it was good, girl. We had to get it done.
Yeah,
we had to get it done, and I thank you for trusting me and this platform and everybody that visits here with your truth and with your story. And one thing I know for sure is that Alicia and Nichelle and everybody that has shared, like, all of this community, we are all here for each other, praying for each other and thinking about each other. And that in and of itself is a celebration of knowing you're not alone. And when you do get pregnant, when Alicia gets pregnant, however the babies come into our lives, we're all going to be showering each other. Like, it's going to be amazing to be able to come back to this platform and say, look what I got now.
Yeah.
So
Auntie Alicia, Auntie Pam, Auntie Kellee.
Right.
We gonna have all, look, I'm auntie.
We all
call me anytime.
We all up in here, aunties, okay?
Yes.
All right, I love you. I'm gonna
too.
get the Princess Warrior from the UK on here so we can hear her accent real quick.
Okay.
I love you. Okay, baby.
Bye.
Bye, baby. All right, so the Princess Warrior, I need you to request in so I can see you in there, and then I can bring you on. Somebody says, I find it hard to own a baby item. I'm still struggling with being optimistic, but I'm praying about it. Cutie21, Murphy. Yes, I understand that. I understand. And do it in your own time if you do it at all. I will say that the first thing I purchased was baby booties, and I put them in my closet, and they were hidden in my closet. And then for those that don't know, my sister is the actress Niecy Nash, and Niecy was in my closet, probably trying to take one of my outfits and wearing it better than me. She was in my closet and she saw it. And so she was like, what is this? And I said, I brought those, in faith for a baby. And she's like, well, why do you have them in the closet? Why are they not out where you can see them every day? And you can be reminded that this baby is coming. Like, if we gonna believe it, we gonna believe it. And so I took them out, and Niecy is the one who got me this egg in belief. And so sometimes we have to have something tangible, so that every day we can see what God is capable of. I mean, that's what it is for me. So that's the story of the egg and the booties, and I hope that helped you. So you guys, from the UK right now, I'm going to bring on the Princess Warrior. Like I said, our guest Vanessa Hay, who is really advocating out there in the UK, will be here next week on Warrior Wednesdays. But last week, over the weekend, I had the honor and the pleasure of being a guest of the Princess Warrior from the UK. And she hosted me on her platform, and we talked about this stuff, and we talked about being women in our 40s, child. I think she called us ripe. We're ripe and ready. And she has a great accent. So she's here. She is going to come on and say hi really quickly so we can hear her beautiful accent and see her beautiful smile. She's a woman of faith. I adore her. Hi.
Hey, that's right. Right, women. I feel like I need to put on my best British accent for you all. My most British queen-like accent for everybody. Good day to the USA.
How are you?
I am so blessed. As I always say, all the better for seeing you. I mean, I'm not sure how great I'm looking right now.
You look fantastic.
You
look fantastic. How are you? All is well?
Yes, everything's great. I was so sad when I saw you. I was like, no, she can't not be doing Warrior Wednesdays, because this has just become an amazing, amazing part of my week. As you know, so blessed that you came and had that amazing conversation on Saturday. And yeah, was so looking forward to this. So I'm so glad you came on and that I could come and say hey to you and your
Yes, I'm
wonderful
so glad
audience.
that you did too. Dr. Duke, like I said, she has to be a doctor today. And so that's the thing that sometimes she goes, oh God, I got to do this thing. And we have to reschedule
Of
when that
course.
happens. And then I just thought to myself, well, let me just say hi. Let me just,
Yeah.
because as I put on the comment, I was like, I miss y'all. You know what I mean? Like when I'm
Yeah.
not here, I miss y'all. So I
Absolutely.
had so much fun on Saturday. Thank you
Oh,
for bringing me on. And we
girl.
talked a lot about proactive fertility. What do you think was, if I can ask, what do you think was one of the takeaways of that particular talk that we had, or maybe that you felt was coming back to you as like one of the takeaways that we can maybe offer here too?
Wow. I mean, first of all, it was incredible. I think, as I said to you, I would say we did that, but we both know that it was a God moment. I think it was
Yes,
just like,
yes.
honestly, the feedback has been amazing. The takeaway is that we got to speak to a lot of women who maybe wouldn't necessarily have heard that conversation, because I had so much feedback. I told you about the lady who messaged me saying that, you know, she just got inspired by faith, and while she was listening to us, she started speaking life over herself, and suffered with infertility for 8 years, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which I've also had. And you know, miraculously, a few hours later, as she starts speaking life over herself, she gets her period, you know. So I mean, what I love about this community, about yourself, about everyone who's in it, is as you said, the way that we can just support one another, and knowing that you're not by yourself, knowing that you're not alone, knowing that there's other women, you know, right women like us, you know, who are waiting and believe in God. And sorry, can I just say, I am here for the reunion. You, me, Michelle, anybody in the world. Listen, the world has not seen the Warrior Wednesday get down baby shower
I
that we
know.
are going to put on when those babies come. I mean it. Like, I'm here for it.
It's
I'm
going to
so
be
here for it.
great. I have some surprise. I have a big surprise for everybody with Warrior Wednesdays on Valentine's Day. I'm not going to announce it yet, but
Right.
you will see on Valentine's Day my gift to you guys,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can continue this community in the best and biggest way possible. And the other
Right.
thing I wanted to ask you, because you said about the 7 weeks for the recovery. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew this. Did
You
you
didn't.
have a myomectomy?
Girl, I was like, maybe one day I'll go live and share this on Warrior Wednesdays. I have a whole testimony about this whole thing. So mine was not scheduled. I actually went for what I thought was going to be a day surgery, laparoscopy, I believe they call it, which is where they do keyhole surgery. And they were going to take away, they said to me, you have a small cyst, like 4 centimeters on your ovary. You'll be in, you'll be out, and, you know, happy days. I woke up after that surgery thinking my dad was coming to get me 2 hours later. And I had doctors all around me. I had people saying, oh my gosh, she's been through so much. I can't believe it. And I'm like, what's going on? My dad's supposed to be here. And basically they said to me, we had to cut you open. Your cyst was 9 centimeters, I believe it was. I knew I had a few fibroids, but they weren't sure if they were going to take them all out. And said, we've cut you open. You're not going anywhere. You're going to be here for at least 5 days. And then you can't work for at least another 6 weeks. And I was just like, oh. I mean,
What?
yeah, it was insane. This was
So
just before the eyes. Crazy.
wow. Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna have to do a whole episode on it. But
Right.
just because, well, first of all, thank you for answering the question and being
Not,
open, because you're just amazing and you're in this space with me and I love that. So thank you.
not at all.
That's super scary. So you have PCOS, correct?
So,
So
but PCOS has been, again, we would definitely, I mean, it would take a long
yeah,
time, so
we
we
will
will have to do a whole
definitely,
session.
yes.
But yeah, PCOS was the first thing. Apparently, I no longer have that. That's what, according to the gynecologist, I no longer have that. They said I had PCOS. Then they said they found a few small fibroids and a small cyst. When they went in, they also found an endometrial, how do you say that word? Polyp.
Endometriosis,
A
Apollo.
polyp. Yep. So they found that.
Interesting.
Girl, they found a lot of things, but again, it's a whole other life for a whole other day. But it's been a journey. It's been
It
a
has been a
long journey.
journey, and you
Yeah,
are here to tell it. So I would really love for you to come on Warrior
yeah.
Wednesdays and tell us the whole the journey of it, especially because, and Vanessa, I think, will speak more to this when she's on next week, because the healthcare system is different in America than it is in the UK. And I think that people really need to be aware so that we can better advocate for ourselves. You know, I always talk about the health disparities that go on in America for Black women, and the different things that we face with the high maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate, all this disproportionate healthcare, and even how that travels into the doctors themselves, the new Black doctors, and in the healthcare system, how they are discriminated against, and just the internal bias that goes on in America that Black women and women of color and Indigenous people are having to fight against, so we can bring healthy people into this world and get what we deserve, which is healthcare. But I know that Vanessa will speak more to that, because it's interesting when you say PCOS and endometrium polyp and all of those things. For those that don't know,
frozen.
PCOS, what's that?
Uh-oh.
Did I lose you?
Okay, you're back.
Okay. For those that don't know, PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's when you have cysts actually on the ovaries, little cysts on the ovaries, and it can cause a lot of missed periods. It can cause loss of hair. It can cause disproportionate acne and different things like that. And a lot of women don't know that they're having it. We even know, we had a guest on Warrior Wednesdays, Nichelle Sublette, who was an athlete. And in college, she missed a lot of periods and went to the doctor about it. And they told her, well, that's because you're so skinny and you're an athlete. So that's probably why. That myth needs to be far debunked, because that still goes on. That if you're a gymnast or if you go to the gym a lot and you missed a period, it's like, no. She had PCOS the whole time. So there's a lot. But I would love to talk to you about that experience.
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to. And when it comes to the lady you said is coming on, Vanessa, it's so funny because just yesterday in the news, they actually spoke about the fact that Black women in the UK are 4 times more likely to die in childbirth. So I was like, you know, I kind of heard the statistic before, but I'm just like, this skin, you know, it doesn't seem to matter where, you know, the pond, the big ocean doesn't seem to make a difference. It's sad. And I'm glad for people like you who are helping us to advocate for us, because we need to.
These are the things that we are going to continue to fight for. And these are the things that Warrior Wednesdays does. Michelle Polston, who was just on here, this is what she does over at Resolve. They're the ones that are part of the groups of people that go to Washington to make new legislation about infertility and insurance for covering an IVF. So being involved in Warrior Wednesdays and Resolve has been here and things like that. Nichelle says Black maternal health as well as the infant mortality rate. It's alarming. Yes, it's absolutely alarming. And Vanessa Hay just echoed what you said and said, yes, we are 4 times. So we need to talk about that.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of people don't know that. And we need to arm them with the knowledge before they go to the doctor of what's going on. So they know what to look for. One of the things that Dr. Duke always talks about is bringing, if you can't advocate for yourself, bring an advocate with you. Bring an accountability partner to take the notes, to ask the questions. There is nothing wrong. Regina Townsend from the Broken Brown Egg always talks about her healthcare team is a team, and she's the leader. She's the coach. You don't tell me what to do. You tell me the information, but I call the plays. And she says that on Warrior Wednesdays. So let's continue to, I didn't know about that statistic, but we have to continue to talk about that so we can figure out the things we can do to help each other and make change, permanent change. Yeah.
Definitely. Absolutely. I know I'm here for it. So
I love it. All right. Well, I thank you, sis. I thank you.
Not at all.
We're gonna. I'll text you or I'll WhatsApp you. And what time is it right now in the UK?
It's like almost midnight, but I'm a night owl. I'm convinced that I'm kind of supposed to live in another country because my body is on a whole other time zone. I am always up at this hour. It's never too late. Midnight is like the earliest I will go to bed. So
I love you and Vanessa are up late, child. I be always asleep at this time. You're up late. Well, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you.
Not at all. Thanks for having me again.
I love you, girl. And I will text you. We'll get you on Warrior Wednesdays for sure.
Absolutely. Love you too.
Love you, baby. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, y'all. Okay, so that was our impromptu Warrior Wednesday. I really was just going to come on here for 5 minutes and say hi and bye. But we got to talk to Alicia, we got to talk to Nichelle Polston, and we got to talk to the Princess Warrior in the UK. I thank all of you lovely, beautiful brown women for coming on and sharing a little bit. Edwina Finley, I don't know if you're still on here, but I know that your ass is going to be on Warrior Wednesdays and talking about your babies and all good things. I thank you all. Vanessa Hay, we will see you next week on Warrior Wednesdays. You guys, thank you for being here. I am going to go. I'm going to go eat my baked yam and my chicken, and I'm going to just love on myself that you guys all stopped by to say hi. So thank you to all the women that came on. I love you guys. That was fun. All right. I will see you next time. I'll see you next week with Vanessa Hay from the UK. All right. Bye, loves. I love y'all. I really do.